Okay, it's recording. Alright, so this is the first video I've ever made. Well, not ever made on YouTube, but I had one before. I deleted it because it was real stupid. I just want to show you what products I use. I'm just a regular dreadhead, but I'm a dreadhead with really soft hair. So I've been using a lot of products hoping that they worked, and I found some that did, and I'm probably going to continue to use them for a long time. Excuse me if I start sweating, I'm hot. It's 90 degrees today. So let me start from the beginning. Now, I use Dr. Bronner's lavender castile soap, and I had some buildup issues because I was using different products. So this works to get the buildup out. You don't need the vinegar stuff. You don't need the extra stuff. I dilute this with maybe 1/4 cup of this with maybe like a cup or 2 cups of water. And you put it in there, it really gets a good lather. By the time you do your second wash, because I wash my hair twice, and I wash my hair every 2 weeks. By the time you get to that second wash, it's really lathery and you know it's clean. And I have a white bathtub, and I wash my hair, just my hair in the bathtub, and you can see the dirt coming out. And like at one point, some of my locks, especially in the back, were like they were almost hard because they had a lot of buildup. I got to pick some of it out, but a lot of it I got out using Dr. Bronner's. And this is the lavender one. You're probably thinking, why is it purple? This is the lavender one, and I like this one because the way it smells, and the blue one smells like medicine. So, and I love the smell of lavender. It's one of my favorite smells. So, Dr. Bronner's, it'll get the stuff out. Just wash your hair thoroughly. Now, my next step, I use, let's see if I can, oops. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but I use Fantasia, I don't know if it's too close, Fantasia IC Intercellular High Potency Leave-In Moisturizer. And this is a hair and scalp treatment. When you put it on your hair, it feels cold, and I don't know what that means, but this is kind of like this isn't really a natural product, but I don't have dreads because I want to be natural. I have dreads because I like the way they look. I wanted dreads since I was in like 7th grade. I was just too scared. But yeah, this works great. I don't condition my hair. I don't put conditioner in it because it's soft. And I'm afraid if I condition my hair, it'll unravel, whatever. So I just use this. And after I use this, after I've dried my hair with a towel, pat it dry, I put this on and put the towel back on while I get my stuff ready to do my hair. So Fantasia IC High Potency Intercellular. I just get the one that's green. They have one that's orange, but I use the one that's green. All right, now, what do I do next? Like I said, I don't condition, so I have to moisturize well. Now, this is just a regular spray bottle, but what I put in here is there's water, melted shea butter, olive oil, coconut oil, and I put a little bit of vegetable glycerin in here. And you can see it's separated, so when I'm doing it, I have to make sure I mix it up and then spray in my hair. This is just like, moisturizer. So when I sit under the dryer, it melts into my scalp, and my scalp is moisturized. Thank you. I don't know if you can see him. That's my son. All right, now, done with moisturizing. Well, actually, no, we're not. Now, make sure you can still see me. Now, when I part my hair, I use, mind you, I usually go to the salon to get my hair done because I don't do it very well. Like, this looks okay now, but in a couple days, it'll probably look crazy. And when I go to the salon, it lasts me at least like a week and a half before it really starts to look crazy to me. So I'm a little broke this week, so I did it myself, and my hair needed to be washed because the girl that usually does my hair didn't wash my hair. She had like the wash girl wash my hair, and she thought my dreads would come out, so she like washed it once, and it was a half-ass wash. When I wash it, I really get in there. So I felt like my hair was dirty. In any event, I haven't used this that many times. This is called Natural Elegance Lockup. Please leave it. Thank you. This is called Natural Elegance Lockup. The label kind of fell off a little bit. It's kind of rubbing off. I don't know if you can see that. I gotta use the mirror. Natural Elegance Lockup. I actually saw another YouTuber refer. She mixes hers with Carol's Daughter lock butter, and she makes like a concoction in a little jar, and she twists her hair with that. But I'm afraid that if I use regular, like it's not like grease. It's like a cream, kind of like a cream. It's like a grease. It's like a grease. It feels like grease, but that's not really gonna do well with me for holding it. If I had long locks and I twist it with this and then I style it, then yeah. But my locks are short, so I'm still kind of using gel kind of thing. So I guess this is natural. It says water, shea butter, cocoa butter, avocado oil, almond oil, palm oil, and other natural ingredients. It doesn't really smell like anything. It just smells, I guess this is how refined shea butter would smell. I make my own shea butter body butter, and I use unrefined, so I don't know what refined smells like. It smells like a odorless grease, if you will. But before I talk about what I really use to twist my hair, I want to say what I used to use, because this is for all the YouTubers who have had a horrible experience or have been scared. Can you get that for me, please? Can you get that for me? Can you get that for me? Thank you. Can you get it for me? Can you give it to my... He's walking away. Anyway, I had a really hard time. My hair is really soft, and what some people might consider nice hair. My mother is like mad at me for locking my hair, and she's like, you have such nice hair and you're putting it in dreadlocks. Well, whatever. So I used this. Now this is Garnier Fructis Survivor Tough It Out Glue. This is what white people use when they want to spike their hair up in like those sharp, what do you call them? Mohawks. You see the white guy with like the purple mohawk and it looks sharp. Like he uses stuff like this, Tough It Out Glue. Now I knew that this would hold my locks because of the style of what this is for. This purpose that this serves. To make your hair stay, stick out straight out in one spot. I knew that it would hold my locks. It says resist humidity, wind, and heat. Now this thing is practically full because you only need a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, and like maybe a tablespoon of it will work for your whole head because you don't want it to be flaking. Now I had my hair done with this before and it flaked. That's because might have used too much or whatever. But when I first started out, this worked so well for me. Let me see if I don't know if you can see it. Garnier Fructis Survivor. This works so well for me, and it really helped me out. Now this might make your hair a little hard, but that wasn't really a problem for me. I just knew that I had to wash it thoroughly, and if you wash your hair with the Dr. Bronner's, it will get all the stuff out. It will get it out. You just have to be patient and wash your hair thoroughly. Now, what do I use to... I don't use this anymore, by the way. I haven't used this in maybe about 2 months, and I'm on 6 months right now. I'm almost on 6 months. Today, I don't know what today's date is, but I started my locks January 29th. And I know it's in the 20s somewhere of July, so it's almost 6 months, but not quite. In a couple days it will be. And I feel like my hair has grown really well for 6 months. All right, now, what do I use to twist my hair? I use this. Generally, I use this. This is Garnier Fructis. Oh, I still have it on. Oh, okay. This is Garnier Fructis Fiber Gum Putty. It's not a hair gel, it's a hair putty. It doesn't feel like you would think putty feels. It feels, it's almost like it's like a gel. it's like a creamy gel generally. Leave it, don't touch. So that's how it looks, and it kind of can get stringy on you. See, like that, it can get like a little stringy on you. But when I say you don't need a lot, like for each lock, I use enough where you can't even see it on my finger. Like you can't even see that, you know, and it's still a lot. So, oh, let me backtrack a little bit. He took it in the other room, God knows where. The lockup, the Natural Elegance lockup, I use that at the base of all my locks. Back up. I'll read to you in a minute, okay, honey? The lockup, when I part my locks and I hold them, the rest of them with the duckbill clips, I'll, you know, take the lockup and I'll kind of oil my scalp with that. So when I sit under the dryer, it melts. So I use this. This works so well for me. I have soft hair, and this is pliable molding, extra strong. This has worked for me. I don't know if it'll work for you, but I have really soft hair. I wouldn't say my hair is soft as like a mixed person, but it's not far from there. It's not that far from, you know, it's really wavy. And like, okay, my grandfather has pretty much like straight hair, and my father has kind of straight hair. And I get my hair from that side of the family. So this really, really, really works for me. And I mean, what can I say? It smells good. It's not thick. If you use it in moderation, it will not flake on you. You know, some people might say, oh, you know, it gets flaky, but they're using entirely too much, because this is another thing that people use when they want to get the spike stuff, or they want to have white people want to have the bed head. And I use this because, for lack of a better word, white people use it to keep their hair in control, and they wash their hair pretty much every day. So you know what's going to come out when you wash your hair, because, you know, it's meant to come out when you wash your hair. You know, it doesn't make your hair feel all sticky and nasty, and it still allows you to, you know, have some movement, and it works. It really does work, and I really recommend this. If people use this, people start using this or whatever, and they say, oh, it's flaking on them, then you're using too much. That's pretty much the end of it. You're using too much. So don't use a lot. Like, this is 5 ounces. And you see like the size of it in my hand or whatever. It's like the size of a thing of grease or something. This will probably last me. This might last me like 2 years, to be honest. Depending on how long my hair gets or whatever. But I've had this for about maybe like 4 months. Maybe even longer than that. And you know, most of it is still in here. So this will probably last me over a year. So yeah, I guess I'll show you what my locks look like up close. You know, I did it myself. I'm not like the best at doing locks or whatever, but yeah, when I need to do a touch up or whatever, I will do it myself. And yeah, I'm not like a loctician. I'm still starting out. I'm only 6 months into the game, but yeah. So I guess comment, tell me what you think. If you try it, tell me what you think. If you try it, if you don't, that's fine too. My thing is, my motto when it comes to locks is do what works for you. Do what works for you. But if the people out there are struggling keeping their locks together, I recommend this and I suggest this. And yeah, peace.